Hi, I'm Ezra Richardson. I play Young Joey in Average Joe, and this is Young Entertainment. I'm so excited to be FaceTiming you today.
So, we at Young Entertainment, we're all about masterclass moments and learning from actors in the field. So, just something to keep in mind when answering these questions. So, what were the sides like for when you auditioned for Average Joe? In case they don't know, can you explain what sides are?
So, sides are the pages of the script that you get in the audition, and the sides were really great, honestly. It was one of my favorite auditions that I've ever done. There was a lot of variety, and I definitely saw that there was a lot of variety in the character and saw that that was definitely a character I wanted to portray. So it was a great audition, and I love the sides that they gave me.
That's awesome. What's one technical aspect to your acting that you learned that you'll take with you into your next role?
So really just to trust myself and commit in everything I do. And I think those two things are really the most important for me. Yeah.
I would have to agree. What's one thing you learned from another cast member while on the job that you plan to take with you, throughout your acting career?
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to remember something while I was filming, but I do remember off the top of my head something Eric Close told me at the premiere, and that was to really just pave my own path
Mhm.
and do me in my career and for the rest of my acting career. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So, what was it like filming the fighting scenes?
So it was wonderful. I've always wanted to do stunts and fighting scenes like that. So I thought it was really cool. And when I got there, honestly, the stunt coordinator didn't really have much to tell me because I already researched a lot about it and I was really into it. And it was just super fun experience. I'm glad I was able to do that.
That's really cool. Did you have to practice for a while before that or stretch, or what was your like getting ready process to film those scenes?
Yeah. So the big scene where I'm kind of punching that kid, you can see that in the trailer too. Me and the actor that plays that other boy, Wyatt Parker, we practiced for probably 10 minutes or so, just falling onto the mats and doing that little fight scene. So, yeah.
How fun. That's really cool. How did hair and makeup play a part in those fighting scenes?
Yeah, definitely. In that specific one, I think what they did was they put a little, like, kind of like fake blood on my knuckles and then also on his nose. But hair and makeup did an incredible job with so many scenes because I had a lot of, bruises and black eyes and things. And in one scene, my entire face is just really messed up and they had to put a lot of fake blood on.
Wow.
So they did an incredible job with that. And I thought it was just super realistic and it was so fun to do that. It was great.
That's really cool. What would you say has been the most challenging part of this project, and how have you overcome it?
Yeah, so really just kind of getting in those headspaces of Joe because it is a real person, so I want to accurately, portray him. And it wasn't necessarily the acting that was hard in those circumstances, but just getting into those headspaces because you got to know that it really did happen and just how bad all those things were.
Mhm.
But after a while, I was able to really get into it, and I think talking with Joe also helped me get into that a little bit.
That's great. What was the first day on set like, and how did you prepare for the rest of filming?
Yeah, so I had a very busy first day filming. I think when we got there, I think my mom was even more nervous than I was, so I wasn't too nervous. And like around halfway through the day, I got to meet the real Joe, so that was nice. And he definitely helped me prepare a little bit for the rest of filming. But the first day was a great confidence builder, and I just learned a lot that day that would help transfer for the rest of filming. So it was wonderful first
That's
day.
great. Were you nervous going into that day? And if you were, how do you deal with the nerves and kind of calming yourself down?
Yeah, I was definitely a little bit nervous. Like I said, like my mom was nervous, but I was still a little bit nervous. And to calm myself down, I kind of just thought I was like, well, they casted you for a reason, so you got this and you can do it. I was just kind of giving myself a little bit of a pep talk, really.
It's got to feel really good, right? They chose you to be there. That's the first step in feeling confident, right? I'm here for a
Yep.
reason. I love that. So we hear so often that there's a lot of downtime on set, waiting for scenes to set up, everything like that. So what did you do to keep yourself busy in those moments?
Really, I would sometimes work on schoolwork. Sometimes I go to Crafty, but I enjoyed really talking with all the other actors and also a lot of the crew to kind of figure out kind of what they're doing because everybody there is so talented and it's awesome to see like how much goes into making the film and just I thought talking to the people was good to understand the entire process and what each person was doing.
Fully immerse yourself in the situation and learn from that. That's great. Was there anything funny that happened on or off camera or, during your experience of filming?
Yeah, so in one scene when I was riding bikes with one of the other actors who plays my friend in the film, and he was really funny, and we had a great time, and we were just kind of riding, and there's this one kind of like little kind of curb type of bump, and we were just having fun after we rode off camera to kind of just go off that a little bit, and when we went one time the bike kind of messed up, but he didn't fall. He did a really great job. And I'm not sure what really happened, but that was definitely our faults on that. And but he was really safe with it. Didn't fall, and it wasn't really bad. Kind of like the bike didn't really get messed up or anything. He didn't get messed up, but he had a like it was so clean how he got off the bike and didn't mess anything up, and he did a great job with that. Great recovery, honestly.
Well, that's so funny. I'm glad you have those types of memories to look back on, filming, whether that's, in filming or having fun with your friends, off filming. That's really fun. Do you have any special moments from filming or outside of filming that you'll, remember or take with you the rest of your life?
Yeah, so before we even started filming at all the entire movie, I got there, I think the weekend before, so I had some time. And Harold was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Harold Kronk, the director? He was like, "Hey, do you want to go to this pool hall and practice, a game of pool?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So there we kind of talked about the film and how I could best portray the character. And we just really had a great time playing pool. And I got to learn a lot of pool actually that day for the pool scene I have in the movie. And yeah, so that always stick with me. And he was always really supportive and nice. And that was a great introduction to Harold, really.
That's great. So this is always something that I would worry about if I were an actress, but how do you remember all the lines? Like, do you have any tips of remembering lines?
Yeah, so when I first got the script, I read over everything and really honestly they changed the script a lot when I was getting there. So sometimes I'd get on set and be ready to do a scene, and it'd kind of completely, swip swap all around. So I had to readjust. But just, I feel like being there and getting in that environment and being in those headspaces helps you kind of memorize what they're feeling and what they're saying.
Mhm.
So I feel like that helps a lot, but also it's kind of like you have to remember it. So it's honestly a lot easier to remember it knowing that you like have to remember it right then than it
There's no
is
other
like,
choice.
yeah, exactly, than it is with like auditions or anything else.
hmm Do you have a playlist for your character? Like anything to help you get into character?
I wish I would have made one. Honestly, I don't have a playlist, but I think I've definitely seen some songs that would have been good to help me kind of get into character, and I'm definitely going to do that with the next project. But on set, I I didn't really have that much time to listen to music, but offset, I would listen to some music, and honestly, I think that kind of helped me get into the character more.
What was the main song you would listen to in those moments?
Main song, hmm. I'm trying to remember. I think my music taste has changed kind of a lot since then. Um, I listened I listened to a lot of I'm trying to remember.
You're good if you can't remember. I know it's probably
No, I
a
think
lot going on.
some like R&B music and things like that,
Okay,
really. But
nice.
I can't remember a specific song, but that's kind of the genre, really.
You're good. Okay, so did you take anything from set? I don't know if you want to admit, but did you take anything?
I hmm, I don't think I took anything, but I was trying to take some clothing that I really liked because I thought some of the clothes were cool. Other clothes, not so much, but there was definitely some variety because it was the 80s
Mhm.
clothing, and I really liked some of the things and some I didn't. I wish I would have taken something, but I didn't. I do have a a for the slates when they get ready for the scene. I have that little kind of picture thing that they have in the slates that says Average Joe, and the name of the movie, and has that little picture with it. So I have that
Good.
from the last day of filming. That's pretty much all I took.
That's a great memory though. So what was it like filming in New Orleans, and also being away from home for so long? Tell us about your experience filming there.
So New Orleans was pretty interesting. There's some good things, some bad. I did like all the food there. The food there was really great. I think some days I just was sometimes tired and maybe walking around New Orleans wasn't the best thing on those days, but it was a very pretty place and it was very fun to be there. And being away from home, it was hard because I wanted to be with the rest of my family, but at the same time, I was really excited to film and shoot there, so I had a great time.
Of course. And please tell me you tried beignets.
Oh, I did. I
Oh,
did.
they're
Yeah.
so good, right?
First time in New Orleans, and we went to I think it was the second day. It was the second day that I was there. We
Cafe
went
Dumont.
to Cafe, yeah, Cafe du Monde.
So good. All right. Well, okay, so how do you use social media with your acting career? Like what's your persona online? How do you use that to kind of promote yourself?
Yeah, I have an Instagram account that is the Ezra Richardson, and on there I just try to show kind of how fun I am and just trying to show just my acting kind of capabilities and how fun I am on set and how much I like talking to people and meeting new people and doing new things, really. So I
Awesome.
try to
And
express.
if you could book any gig, what is your dream job?
So I've been telling a lot of people this. When I was younger, I always wanted to do like some superhero thing because I used to love superheroes. Not that I like hate them now, but just not necessarily my favorite thing. So I definitely want to see if I could be in some type of superhero movie just to get that goal accomplished, mark it off the bucket list. I feel like that'd be awesome.
Very cool. Okay, this next section is kind of like rapid fire. So,
All right.
first thing that comes to mind, first time on a professional set.
It was this Average Joe.
Awesome. First professional audition.
Um, it was for some insurance commercial.
All right, first time you had to cry on cue if you had to.
Yeah. On set, it was in one of the scenes where I'm sitting on some type of chair in Average Joe. But if it's in auditions, I can't remember a certain time, but I've done it a lot.
That's impressive. Celeb you are dying to work with.
Dying to work with. Morgan, I feel like Morgan Freeman's a pretty cool guy. I feel like he'd be fun to work with.
Nice. Favorite line from a film or TV show.
Um, Favorite line. I watched a movie the other day called The Little Prince that I used to love, and favorite line from that movie is one of the girls says, I don't want to grow up," and the other person says, "It's not about growing up, it's about forgetting." I like that line. I think that's
Okay, a song that pumps you up before a scene.
um uh Where This Flower Blooms by Tyler the Creator.
Love it. Favorite snack at Crafty.
Cookies, those
Nice.
little cookies. I can't remember the really name of them.
And last one, TV show or film that inspired you to become an actor.
Inspire me. Really, the Marvel movies when I was younger, but also that has helped me more recently is Good Will Hunting. I love that movie.
Nice.
All right, so hi, I'm Ezra, and thank you guys, and don't forget to subscribe to Younger Entertainment.